Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Ooh. How is everyone doing today? Hope everyone's Saturday is going well. All in favor of Ultra taking over stream? We actually are going to play around a little bit with our own training. I know we did that training previously, and we're going to try to do it again with a little bit better of a model, maybe. Although, actually, one of the things I want to do is just do it with more data, a little bit better precision, but we'll see. How are you doing, Nighthound? Actually, I need to reply to you on Discord, don't I? I do. Oh, been busy. I hurt my forearms. It's a strange thing to hurt. I tore a muscle in them, so they kind of hurt to use. I'm going in Tuesday. I'm going in Tuesday to get them worked on. So hopefully Tuesday will be good. Yeah, get prepared for Zero to be a lot colder than the Zero you're accustomed to. All right, so I was gonna start today off with a bit of security, because I know that is everyone's favorite thing. So if you guys remember correctly, I covered quite in depth another topic similar to this exact thing that we're going to be talking to. I said similar. It's not the exact same thing, but it is similar. So if you guys remember the Shai-Hulud worm, well, that was a worm that used post install to steal your credentials. It would steal your credentials, and then it would actually try to re-propagate the worm on npm if it stole npm credentials by updating the packages with post install hooks that installed the worm, right? So this was kind of Shai-Hulud. We got past that. Now, today, I want to talk to you about Phantom Raven. Phantom Raven is similar. Now, it doesn't use post-install hooks. It uses pre-install hooks. So, yeah, it's a little bit different. It also doesn't, it's not a worm in the sense of things, but it does two really interesting things. One, because it uses pre-install hooks to install dependencies, your standard static analysis things like Dependabot or Sneak or those types of things are actually really not great at catching this. And the reason being is it doesn't actually exist in the static dependencies. There's nothing for it to go see. You actually have to go and run the pre-install and pull the and that pulls the package. So when you were talking about this, it's actually very difficult to catch this. I think that's why it's called Phantom Raven. If I had to guess. The particularly scary thing about this one and why I wanted to bring it to your all's attention was because not because of how unique it is, although that's an interesting thing, but because you guys could be affected. It's been active since August. So it was only recently detected and caught, but this attack that has 86,000 downloads has been active since August. So it's been actively stealing your secrets. You need to go check to see if you've been had. Now, I did want to talk about a few of the things that make it unique. Like I said, it uses pre-install. That doesn't really make it unique. One of the things that it does do is a term being coined, slops squatting. You all know, name squatting and those types of things. Well, what it's doing is it's actually picking names for packages that AIs might pick. So they're picking really common packages that seem like the right package but don't actually exist and making those packages. So it's actually encouraging AIs to leverage these packages. It's actively picking package names. So with how it works with the pre-install hook, what you're having is they're having active packages that are published out there with a lot of downloads. These packages were picked with a name specifically that an AI would hallucinate. It's not, well, it's a real package now. It's a real package now, but nobody really knew or used them. It was just there to catch people that were not watching the imports of what the AI did. This is actually maybe a good reason to say that AIs aren't allowed to do import statements. They're really bad at it anyways. A lot of the times, if you're like me and you use SHAs when you pin your GitHub actions, the AIs will 100% of the time hallucinate a SHA. It's going to pick a SHA that feels like the right SHA, and it just makes up a SHA, which is never the right thing that you want. So while AIs are confidently wrong in that almost every single time, it's actually being leveraged here in this attack to get you to leverage the package, to get you to leak your secrets and keys. So that was the really interesting thing. I'm going to post this in chat for you all so that you can have it. Go check it out. This was the best write-up I found on it. There's a couple other writers. I believe Koi is the group that found it. They were the ones that I found the most interesting context on it. And they go into a lot more detail than I just did. I just told you the most interesting parts about it. I thought it was cool. I also think that this is another, we've talked about the issues with the supply chain of AIs themselves, but we haven't talked about the issues of securing your supply chain while leveraging AI. And this is just another example. If you're not careful about your code, if you don't know what your code is, it's very easy to be taken by something like this. What are your thoughts? Did you guys know about Koi? Or I said Koi, not Koi the company. Sorry, I meant did you know about Phantom Raven? Did you guys know about Phantom Raven? Hopefully you did. Hopefully I'm second to tell you about it. But if you guys want more information, join the Discord. I can dig into this. I actually reviewed this quite heavily over the week. If you guys want. You knew about the fish? Good, Toggle. Good. Did you know that the koi's #1 predator is the English bullfrog? I just made that up like an AI would. I have no idea what the koi's #1 predator is. I was just trying my hand at it, okay? Don't judge me. Well, that was it for my security topics this week. Everything else, there's Windows patches. Nobody runs Windows, so it doesn't matter that there was a bunch of 0 days in Windows. They weren't really interesting. All I could tell you is that you need to patch your system if you're on Windows. Yeah, so yeah. There wasn't a whole lot else that I saw. I was wondering why you had that fact in your back pocket. Yeah, I didn't have that fact in my back pocket. Absolutely did not. Absolutely have no idea what the koi's #1 predator is. I feel like it would probably be another fish. That's why you have koi ponds, so you remove all other things. Probably everything is its predator. It's kind of like the chicken of the water. If you guys never raised chickens, everything kills chickens. Like everything is a predator of a chicken, effectively. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's talk about. We have a couple interesting things to talk about. Yes, we do. Bullfrog was made Syndicate. Is that a game? I don't know what that is in the 90s. I was barely alive in the early 90s. Barely alive. And wasn't much older in the late 90s. All right. I have been saying something for about 2 years. And your kids in your monitor, PSX. I've been saying something for, like I said, roughly 2 years now, that I've been encouraging AI companies to actually pursue. And I know that we've actually covered some of these from some traditional security companies. And I just wanted to say, finally, OpenAI has listened to me. For the last 2 years, I've said one of the best things that our current form of AI, which is really just a very advanced statistical analysis, the very advanced statistical analysis is really good at anomaly detection. And when I think anomaly detection, I think security. And I think that it would excel in security things. That being said, OpenAI unveils Aardvark. Now, I don't have access. I have requested access. I requested access twice, once personally, once with my company. But what Aardvark is a agentic security researcher that is supposed to be able to review a lot of security stuff and give you feedback on it. Now, I don't know exactly what this is. Is this supposed to be like your CISO, where they're going to review your current policies and give you policy recommendations? Or, which I would prefer more, is somebody that's going to sit there and automatically scan for things that look like anomalies, statistical anomalies. Hey, Merrick just logged in from Japan. He doesn't normally log in from Japan. Is this Merrick? This is an anomaly. It's those types of things that I would like to see. But again, I found very little information about exactly what it does, so we'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. But I do think that this is a very cool and interesting use of AI. The other thing that OpenAI did, according to Bloomberg, which they're probably going to copyright strike me because I showed the picture of YouTube, but I am going to be talking about them. Bloomberg reported that OpenAI cleared a path to becoming a for-profit company, and it reached a deal with Microsoft for 27%. If you watch this, I would hate to show any clip from Bloomberg, but Bloomberg, if you're watching, which you're probably not, sarcasm is real because you've earned it. Now, if you watch it, 27% in their restructuring deal, and that would allow them to go as a for-profit company. Now, part of me thinks you have to actually make profit to become a for-profit company, but I think this is very much a strategic move. I expect to see them go for the for-profit move and then raise a bunch of money. They're basically at a crossroads where they're burning through billions of dollars and have very little revenue to show for that. I mean, they have revenue and it would sound like a lot, minus they're so unprofitable that they need to raise even more money yet again, just a year later. So I'm assuming that that's what this deal is. It's very hard for them in their current structure to obtain more money. That's going to be my guess, at least. I'm not in on those. I don't have any insider information. That's my guess. Talk about you're upset by it. Did you see how they were DMCAing a couple YouTubers because like they used them for like 5 seconds on a clip to report the president? Seemed like a pretty scummy thing. I don't have the money to have lawyers, so I didn't play any clip of it. Hopefully I'm safe. I'll write some Rust after this, Toggle. As soon as the news is done, we're going to write some Rust while so yeah, I'm running a local model. I have a couple local models downloaded. We're gonna try some of them. Was the clips from YouTube though? Yeah, the clips were from YouTube. You don't have to use YouTube's license, right? But it doesn't matter. It was still fair use because he was reporting on what the president was saying. It fell very well under fair use. The issue with YouTube's copyright system, the DMCA system, is basically it assumes that the YouTuber is wrong. And so all you have to do is get 3 strikes. And while you're challenging it, you still have the strike, right? So you could challenge and you could win, but if you got 3 of them, which, you know, supposedly a single company could do, right? You could lose your whole channel based off of that. And while you're being challenged, your revenue is 0. There's a lot of issues with the YouTube DMCA system. And I've heard some people be like, oh, well, it's the law. The law is that they have a system in place. It does not say that it needs to be like what YouTube is doing. So I think that they need to change it. The system is jank. Also, I think YouTube should aggressively pursue. I know they don't want to. I know they don't want to, but I do believe they should aggressively pursue groups that abuse it, especially large corporations. And I don't know if that's like demonetizing their stuff or something like that, but like if you file a false claim, there should be like penalties on the platform for you to discourage said practice, right? I think that would be fair. Like 20% of your revenue would go to the person that you falsely accused. I think that would be a good one. For the next year, whoever you falsely accused, 20% of your revenue goes to them. Just don't do it. If you file a bunch of these false claims, you can get banned. Can you? I've never heard of that happening. Maybe it has. because Bloomberg filed quite a few, so they're not banned. I don't know. You're pretty sure there's a system. I sure hope there's a system. I sure hope that it can't be abused. Oh, my friend, how naive. Let me introduce you to YouTube. Let me introduce you to YouTube. It's not as bad as Twitch, but it's up there. All right. All right. Let's continue on that tech news, not tech gossip. A little bit ago, Spotify ran a layoff of about 10% of its working force. It's a pretty major chunk. And at the time, the CEO had said, really, there's not much more to do. These people weren't driving profit or sales. These people were working on random, unrelated things. And 3 months later, I'm sorry, it was 20%, not 10%. 3 years or 4 months later, they were surprised. They were surprised that all of this support work, all of this ancillary work, or work around the work, actually affected them. They didn't meet a lot of their goals over the next 4 months that they were planning on doing because things just didn't work well. It was actually a surprise that firing 20 or 17 or 20% of their workers would have an effect on them getting work done. Now, this is an interesting thing because I think anybody that's ever gone through a restructure understands that a restructure at its core will make you less efficient. Even if you don't fire anybody, even if you don't lay off anybody, which a lot of times restructures do, but I've been through restructures where that doesn't happen, you're less efficient initially because you're not in a groove. You don't have well-defined boundaries. You don't have well-defined goals and responsibility. Any restructure causes an initial period where you're actually less efficient. Now, you take away work around work, you take away supporting roles, you take away those types of things and restructure. It blew my mind that Spotify didn't understand that this would have an effect on their ability to get work done. Now, my question is, we've come outside of a massive AWS outage. They were out for over 15 hours, and I think that's being nice. And they are looking to lay off quite a few workers. 14,000? 14,000? Yeah, 14,000 roles. Now, this is going to take some time. They're laying off these 14,000 roles, but they're giving them 90 days to find a role inside before they get laid off. This is actually, if you're going to do a layoff, a really great way to do a layoff, especially a restructuring layoff. You're not laying off the bottom 10% like IBM or somebody else would like that. You are saying we are restructuring and we don't need these positions anymore. That doesn't mean we aren't hiring and don't have positions for you. And so this gives 90 days for the people inside of AWS to try to find those positions. It also gives people 90 days that are like, well, I don't really want to work at AWS or Amazon anymore, and I'd like to find work somewhere else 90 days before they're officially laid off. So if you're going to do it, I think this is a great way of doing it. Now, we'll get into why they're laying off, whether you like it or don't like it. Also, I want to get into I heard a couple rumors, which I want to actually say I don't think it has. I think Amazon has found it in a very unique position. And I'm actually very interested to see how it's structured in the future. So Amazon shares surge on strong earnings and AWS growth. AWS had one of its best growths for a very long time. This is a lot was said that it was based off of the AI growth and people leveraging AWS for things like that. So AWS has, and Amazon as a whole, done really well. So the layoffs are not part of anything to do with the company hurting. It's not hurting. It's not that it can't pay them. Wrong one. It is purely a restructuring. Now, the other part was that a lot of people talk that Andy was firing them because AI had replaced them. I also don't think that is true. Andy actually came out and said that that isn't true. And I actually kind of tend to believe him on this one. Because I've done a lot of AI stuff and I know that AI hasn't replaced anybody at this point. Even at the best case, you could say, well, it's made us a little bit more efficient. And that means that we don't. A 5% efficiency doesn't mean that AWS fires 5% of their people because they have other work for them to do. Now, let's get into why I actually think that they're doing this restructuring. And it's a massive restructuring. I think AWS is suffering from they want to be a startup. Andy said that they wanted to work like they used to work. AWS worked a very certain way in the early 2000s as a scrappy startup. And even through like 2015 or 2015, they worked that way. Amazon has gotten so large, so big across so many companies, from Amazon, the website, to AWS, to AI, to all the different divisions. I think they are legitimately struggling to find the type of momentum. They're looking at things like AI, where they were behind. They were legitimately just well behind any of the competitors. They are still behind. They're not moving with the speed that they need to. And there's a lot of reasons why at their size that they can't move at the speed. Guess what? ChatGPT has been down multiple times for days, or at least a day. It wasn't that big of news. AWS was down for 15 hours, and you have people pulling out calculators talking about how many millions or billions of dollars were lost during that time. Not so when OpenAI was down. Like, go look for it. You can find. They've been down multiple times. Hasn't been a big deal because corporations don't depend on OpenAI at this point. So they can move fast and break things. AWS can't. So there'll be an inflation of ex-Amazon engineer YouTubers. Maybe. Now, from what I found, while I went through this and dug through this, it doesn't say that these were all software engineers. I actually don't know the number of software engineers. These were corporate workforces. In corporate workforces, you have secretaries, you have security, you have people who greet you at the door. You have people that are cleaning the building. Now, some of those are going to be contracts. Some of them are going to be working for AWS. You have people that are doing like contract negotiation and management. You have your legal team. There's a lot of corporate workforce. So out of these 14,000 roles, and again, this was across all Amazon, again, with Amazon, you have a lot of suppliers and supplier negotiations and those types of things and operations management. I would guess at least 3,000 or 4,000 engineers That would be my guess, just from what I know, the split. But honestly, it could be as little as 0, or it could be as much as 14,000, because it depends on what Andy realizes as the problem for them moving quickly. Now, a lot of times when these companies, and I think that this is the wrong move, when these companies look at moving quickly, they get rid of directors. And I think that's absolutely the wrong move. I think that directors are they're the highest level that actually get stuff done. Your VPs and your CEOs don't actually get stuff done. Your directors are the ones that are just close enough, but actually have a purview large enough to actually get stuff done. Now, there's 2 pitfalls of directors. You have ones that do what I call as empire building, where they try to build their empire. And I think it's a very detrimental path. And I think that that's why a lot of times directors get fired, because they can make the organization very rigid in their empire building. And they also can make it very difficult to work with other departments as well as innovate quickly. So I think that is just how you raise up, how you train your directors. I actually think that Amazon and some of these companies kind of drive their directors that way, but that's me. I really dislike I really dislike how they promote their directors, because they'll promote them over how big they've grown the teams, how many teams are under them. So basically, your bonus as a director is how many teams are under me and how many people are under me. And that's how you get your promotion, not how effective you made those teams, how agile you made those teams, how quickly those teams could change and move. That's what you should be promoting under, but that's not what you do. You just say, hey, how many hundreds of people report to you? Oh, wow, you have 200 people? That's really great. We're going to promote you. This doesn't make a good leader, and it doesn't promote what you want. So what I'd love to see Andy do is to rework those teams and empower directors to empower the teams. I think that would be the biggest change that I would make, looking from the outside and knowing what I know of how Amazon does their management line. Yeah, it directors, in my experience, are the ones that can get stuff done. And I think that overburdening them is going to be a bad day. I actually think that we already do it. A lot of times you'll see directors with like 15 reports. And if you have 15 teams that are reporting to you, and sometimes if you're like a senior director, you'll have a director that reports to you with their reports. So like the number of people under you and the pieces moving gets astronomical. If you're having a one-on-one every single week with 10 people, you have 10 hours there, done. 10 hours of every single week. And as a director, you have to meet with people outside of your team. So you're at 20 hours easy of just meeting with people. Half of your time. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing your director job very well. Because your job is to make sure that your division, your org, your whatever it is working with the other ones. That's like your whole job. Your engineering managers can manage the teams if you've trained them up correctly. They don't need you. Actually, that's like the biggest thing for me. If I can't make it to work, my teams should be able to operate just fine. The only problem will become like that glue that ties them to the rest of the company. As far as them doing their work, they're self-sufficient. They don't need me. They're empowered. So, anyways, I'm actually really interested in what Andy is going to do here because I actually think that this is a problem with all major companies. This is why they do layoffs, and this is a problem pretty much across the industry. We've seen Facebook try to restructure as well as they realize that they're bad at it. One of the problems is the cost of innovation is high. This is why you see big companies buy companies instead of trying to innovate themselves. That cost of innovation is high. And so I'm not sure what the end product will be here. I would love to get more information on it. I'd love, we have 90 days for the layoffs to actually take effect. We'll see how many people actually get laid off and how many people found new jobs. And then on top of that, we're going to have to see, 90, 180 days out of that, how the structure is looking. Because I'm not even it's not even the rules that are interesting. It's how that structure looks afterwards. The roles are impacted because that structure is changing, but they didn't say anything about the actual end structure. And I do think that it is because they want to move faster, but they have a lot of reasons that they move slower now. Like I said, when AWS is out, it costs billions of dollars. So I'm interested. I'm very interested. I'd love to see it. I think this is a hard problem. I don't think anybody knows the right way to structure a mega corporation. Talking about the major clouds here. Talking about the major clouds. It feels like when one cloud goes down. We covered the AWS outage. Actually, let me pull something up. Give me 1 second. I need to pull this up. All right. It feels like this has happened before in the past where one cloud goes down. And a few days later, once that's resolved, another cloud just doesn't want them to feel embarrassed and be down all by themselves. That's what Microsoft stepped up and helped AWS with. Now, we have another PIR to cover today because, well, we can thank Azure for this. Now, I know that this is Russell's most favoritist. The number of complaints about Front Door that I receive do not just exist from Russell. Azure Front Door, I do believe, is a PowerShell script running on a Raspberry Pi in a data center. I do believe this is the thing that causes AWS the most consternation that they have ever had. And thankfully, to a misconfiguration between October 29th and October 30th in 2025, customers leveraging Azure Front Door may experience latency issues, timeouts, and errors. Also, it took down their entire cloud because they leverage Azure Front Door. Now, during this outage right here, it was interesting because I actually saw a lot of complaints that AWS was out. But as far as I could tell, I actually did a lot of tracking. As far as I could tell, everybody that complained that AWS was also down were incorrect. what was happening, to the best of my understanding during this outage, was that people were leveraging AWS, but part of their service used something in Azure, like their Azure domain service or, their Active Directory or whatever other thing in Azure. And this made it appear like their primarily AWS thing was down. But that wasn't truly the case. It just happened that there are some things that people leverage in Azure that that even people in AWS use. So I could be wrong. I didn't see any real outage in AWS though. I was watching quite a bit. What happened? Well, Power Apps. I don't know Azure very well, so this is very hard for me to comment. I'm very bad at Azure, but it was a bad configuration to Azure Front Door. I think the clouds work very hard to maintain no dependencies. We did cover the Cloudflare. Cloudflare had a dependency on Google, and they've now put in a lot of time to not have that dependency anymore. I think it wasn't the clouds. It was not AWS who had the dependency. It was an application running in AWS that had the dependency on Active Directory or something else, right? It was, or they had a dependency on a service that ran on AWS. So like if you run in AWS and you use, I don't know, Auth0, but Auth0 runs on Azure. Now, while your app runs on AWS, and everybody knows that your Snapchat and your app runs on AWS, but you go down with the Azure outage, people feel like AWS must be down. I think that's what's happened, because I couldn't find anything of AWS's that was down during that entire time. Oh yeah, the transient dependencies. When AWS went down, Docker went down and caused an issue in GCP. Yeah, the transient dependencies are a pain. They'll get you every single time. Every single time. All right, we have just one more topic to cover. So we had GitHub Universe this week. We have GitHub Universe this week. There was only one interesting thing at GitHub Universe that I saw. I didn't go physically. I was just watching remotely. But they have this thing called Agent HQ and Mission Control. This is supposedly a way to plan and orchestrate multiple agents at a time across a code base. I don't have access to it yet. There's a lot of stuff that you can like go in here and look. It's, I can post this for you. It looks interesting. It looks interesting. How interesting, how good will it be? I don't know. So I'm gonna definitely have to pay for Copilot. So it's in the paid plan, which I have a free gifted plan. So I didn't know this existed, but I have a paid plan, but it's gifted to me for free because of my open source work. This was not included in it, so I think I have to pay. Or it just didn't get rolled out to me yet. I'm not sure. Either I'm going to have to pay or it didn't get rolled out to me. I did send a message to my contacts at GitHub to ask if that was on purpose or not. Because they did want this to be part of the AI games, so I kind of don't want to pay for it. But we'll see. We'll see if it's part of the AI games and if I have to pay for it. But anyways, that's all I saw from there. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I really don't have a whole lot of thoughts just because I haven't gotten to use it. So like you can say a bunch of cool things about it, but is it really that cool? I don't know. All right. And then .NET 10 moves to release candidate. Do you know what? I started programming. I got into the industry when .NET Core, which I think they like moved out from the word core, but .NET Core, which was like the new open source thing, .NET Core 1 was released the same year I started software. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Dutch, you started with .NET 3.5? Cool. That's prior to .NET Core 1, right? 3.5 was like the .NET framework thing, right? I think I could be wrong. I'm not an expert here. I didn't say I used it. I said that's when I started. I believe you misunderstand. I believe I said that's when I started. Core was being developed when you were at Microsoft? Oh, that's awesome. I think it's probably the best thing that happened to .NET. Mm-hmm. One of the best things. C# was one of the other ones. I would prefer C# over Java any day. Definitely over JavaScript, but yeah. I don't know. Have you played the Xbox recently? It's like the only remaining console that I can buy. Not perfect. By far not perfect, but better than the others, you know? I know, Dutch. I know. Do you know what you can't do though? They need to get Game Pass to work on Linux. It bothers me. It bothers me greatly that Game Pass doesn't work on Linux. Let me update my titles really quickly here. I think console will. I think consoles will. The consoles are really convenient. Like, look, I have a game. I have a PC. This PC right here that I play games on. I played them online with you guys every once in a while. On stream, not often, but every once in a while I play them. If I have nothing else on Sunday night, I might play a game. That being said, there is something very convenient about having it at the TV in the basement. You have friends over and you want to play a party game. You don't want to play it on a computer. You want to play it on a console. I will tell you that if I play a platformer, even if I'm on a computer, I play it with a controller. And I prefer to play those on a TV sitting on a couch, like not right here at a desk in this chair. I need a new chair. This chair is terribly uncomfortable. Also I have children. So this is my computer. If I want to program, I don't want them to need to use my computer to play a game. And it's still far cheaper. I know that they raised the prices, but it's still far cheaper for them to play there than for me to build a computer that could play the same thing and run an entire OS. Their whole UI is built around being able to leverage it with a controller. It's just very convenient. I would still get one in the future. Absolutely. Right, Dutch. Right, Dutch. Like, good luck for $500 getting a PC that can handle all the games for that price. I agree. This is why I said I would get one. It's the best bang for your buck that I could get a PC at my computer. And again, the UI is made for a controller. Do you know what? I have this controller here, and I use it playing games on here. If I'm going to, and well, if I'm going to play a game that requires a controller. But do you know what it's really bad at? i3. Like, it doesn't do i3 very well at all. It's horrible at navigating i3. Now I kind of want to make it work for i3. Like, I want to build a bunch of like command, like when I press the thumbstick, it does the right stuff. That would actually be kind of fun. But the UI isn't built for it. Also, party games. That's actually probably what I do most with it now. Is party games. Like, if you have a group of friends over, party games is great. You know, you're Overcooked. If you haven't played Overcooked, great party game. The digital edition? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe. I don't know. If Overcooked wants to sponsor me, I'd take it. I love that game. Because the top model is... I don't know what you're talking about. Overcooked is a simple game. Oh, I was going to start Zed. We do run our own version of Zed at this point. We forked Zed. Is this a good idea? Look, I started using Zed because I wanted the ability to not maintain my own editor. And then I realized that Zed didn't do everything that I wanted it to do, and I forked Zed. Okay? So don't judge me. I use it out of the box. I use it out of the box editor, just like everybody else does now. Okay? Just not as out of the box as everyone else does. Also, I use my own AI. I use my own AI. I was going to see if Russell was going to join, because if he did, I've been experimenting a little bit with Granite 4, which was supposed to be good on memory, but does not tend to be good on memory. And I don't know the difference between all of these. Ugh. You AI fixed your editor with AI? Not really. Most of the fixing was done without the AI because I had to go in here and fix it. And I just used this editor. So I actually used the editor to fix the editor. But what I did do was I added the ability to run my own local models, but not locally. These aren't running locally. These are running on my DGX. It's been a little convoluted, to be fair. I haven't tried Quinn 3 Coder. $850? Dude, that is crazy. For a standard Xbox, like the white skinny one? Dude. I don't think I'm logged into it. I just wanted to see how much. I don't think it costs that much here. No, not join Game Pass. I just want to buy an Xbox. I don't want a Game Pass. I just want to buy a shop console. I don't think it costs that much. When I got it, it was like $500. They did go up. Look at that. I mean, this is the X. So if we're talking about the standard, it's 600. 400? No. This is like Series. Oh, this is the Series S, X. Wait, I thought this was the X. This was the S. The white one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. 650. Oh, this is like a special one. Oh, okay. 650. I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. It's got more expensive. Yeah, 500 for this one, 600. So yeah, it definitely is more expensive. I definitely like this one better. It has yeah, I definitely like this one better. This one's sparkly though. Oh, it has 2 terabytes. They sell you a terabyte for what? $150? You get a terabyte and sparkles? You get a terabyte and sparkles for $150. What a ripoff. What a playbook from Apple. Like, they were like, hey guys, hey guys, we saw Apple doing this thing. And we could sell them green sparkles at a terabyte for $150. What? I hate this. All right, we gotta build this game. I'm actually gonna move this to a nowhere page. All right, we got this up. Let's actually clear this out. Let's see. We don't need any of these anymore. Oh yeah, this was the first time the news was brought to you by Firefox. Sorry, I'm checking my phone a little bit more than normal. My wife is supposed to be heading home today, I think. I don't know. She's either headed home today or tomorrow. Let me ask her. You headed home today or tomorrow? As soon as I said today, I got thinking it was actually supposed to be tomorrow. I'll find out. All right. Let's see. Are you there? I just want to make sure that our AI is working. Not all models work just yet. Okay, cool. Working there. Oh, I actually need to switch this over to Z open settings. Not that. Z open. Settings? File, maybe. Oh, yeah, here we go. And then the edit prediction provider should be Olama. And now we can do, I want to just do Quincoder 3. So my actual goal here, I think something that would be fun to do next year sometime is to take all the code that I've ever written for the Null channel and fine-tune one of these coding models with all the code that we've written, which I've written some really terrible janky code, so like it's probably going to be terrible. I think it would be pretty funny though, so we're gonna also do that. What is this going on about? Holy crap. I said, are you there? Why did you think so much? You overthought the problem. This is the definition of overthinking. Yes, I am here and ready to help with your coding tasks. What would you like me to do for today? Thinking, I'm here and ready to help with any coding tasks you have. What would you like me to work on today? Check progress diagnostic. I see there are some diagnostics in the code base. Let me check for... Oh my gosh. You overthought it. You've overcooked. You've added... you know what? These aren't wrong. I have a lot of like stubbed out code, so like these are unused diagnostics. That's what's being put in there. You overcooked. You overcooked. Oh no, it's still going. Stop. Stop. Let's just stop. It was still cooking. We're gonna reject all those. Yeah. We're gonna reject all those. That was cooking. My goodness. It was a simple question. Okay, so now this is what I had to fork for. Now our local model should do the inline predictions. We'll see. We'll see if that's true. Ooh, what's this little thing do? Generate. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't know what I was doing. I got so sidetracked on getting this thing. So we are going to leverage this thing for the AI games. I'm trying to get an idea of what the best coding models are so that I put like its best foot forward. I also have gotten some workarounds for like the Graphite. Graphite 4 I can get to work, not in chat mode, but I can in the other mode. What was the other mode called? There's like two different ways. Generate mode. I can get it to work in generate mode, not in chat mode. And it has something to do with the tool calling. So like I can get Granite 4 to work without tool calls. But if you leverage the full thing, for some reason its memory just explodes crazy like for me. I don't know if it's a bug in the hardware or in it. I'm just not sure at this point. I have been told that this is Togglebit's favorite Vim implementation. What's the quick command for this? Control question mark. So if I do this, no, I need to do question mark. But control question mark doesn't close it. Oh, so control question mark will put me over there, so I can do control question mark and I can type, okay, and then I can control question mark and come back over here, but it doesn't close it. That's a little bit of a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. If it's closed, it will open it, but then I can't close it again. What if I hover over this again? Control Alt B is to close. What? Oh no. So that just toggles it. Okay. And then Control Shift question mark will control which one I'm on. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get good at that or not. We'll see. How's everyone's weekend going? Are you guys doing anything fun? Edit and saves files directly to the results multi-buffer? Is this like a multiverse? Ooh, what is this? I'm in the multiverse. Oh. That's easy. I think actually the AI recommended that, and I got rid of that recommendation. This multiverse is kind of cool. This is the whole project diagnostics, right? I just clicked on this button. Project Control Shift M. Control Shift M. Oh, how do I get out of it? Oh. But if I hit Control Shift M, it will take me into it. Oh, cool. But it's just a tab then. So I could just, wait. I could just, like, quit. Oh, cool. The multiverse. I knew there was a good multiverse out there. Okay. It is tomorrow. The return of my wife. And children. Which actually makes less work for me. When they're gone, I have to do like all of the stuff every morning and evening, and I have no help. Ugh. Although I'm taking care of their animals. Just to be clear. Okay. Oh, I wanted to go back to nope. This. I'm learning this editor, sorry. I'm a little slow at it. Still. Alright, so we were passing in the agents, and now, we're basically at starting to run the games, right? That is what we're doing, right? Okay. So, why did we comment this out? Oh, because we were working on the parsing of the args. Oh gosh, this went tragically in my opinion. Your roommate left for a 2-week vacation? Cool. Hopefully they're going somewhere awesome. So we have the test case 1. This doesn't need to be this. You only get one test case. Let's give this a short. Do we want to flatten this? Oh, it's not an... Oh, it's not a sub-command. I see. I think this is what we want to do. Actually, let's test it. And then I'm going to go open my door, let my puppies in. I kicked them out for the news because they were wrestling in here. They don't have any children to wrestle with. Okay. Found non-required positional argument with a lower index than a required positional agent to seed. I just wanted the help. Let me go let my puppies in. Be right back. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna come say hi? You coming to say hi? You coming to say hi? Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you good boy. You coming up here to say hi? Okay, you sit right there. You guys can't quite see him. He's got the. He always brings a toy. You always bring a toy. Good boy. Yeah, I know. I missed you too. I missed you too. What was this? Okay, non-required positional argument with a lower index than a required positional argument. Agent to seed. And this stopped help. Like, it's just an invalid configuration. So it has to be in this, right? Found non-required positional argument with lower index than a required positional argument. So all optional needs to be below. Oh, I see. I understand now. I understand. Check this out. Do I have to mark all of these as optional then? Or do these just need to be all the way at the top of this one? Like, if we do this... But that doesn't really make sense because we have this optional underneath this one. Yeah, some index 4. So we either need to make everything in this flatten optional. Can we just do this? I don't like that because basically what I wanted to do was say that if you picked this one, you had to do all those things. If you pick this one, you have to do all this one. Let's see if the internet has something for me. Oh, I forgot the screen share. Oops. Yeah, so we're just doing this, and basically what it's saying is that this has non-positional, like non-optional. It's complaining about this one. Oh, actually, I think it's complaining that these two things... Okay, wait. Maybe I can fix this just by doing this. Agent 2 seed. Is that index 2? I can just make them non-optional. It seems like a weird requirement from Clap. Like, why does it care about their positions? I feel like I'm doing something wrong to do that, but... I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. A1. Okay. Maybe we don't do short on these. That's easier. We're gonna do that all the way down, right? Not intensely obvious, but it's like you can do a test file or you can fill out all of these. It's like the one or the other, right? That's all right. It's all right. I'm happy enough. I'm happy enough. Okay. So do we have everything we need? We have the seed, model, temp, the game to run. And how many times to play it. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to do a from. This is something I haven't done a whole lot in Rust, but I kind of want to do it this way. I want to try. We have this clap test case that's bringing it in from the command line, and I'd like to bring it into a regular test case. Right, because we have like this AI agent config, and I'd like to suck it into that. So can we do like a Ooh, is this a correct suggestion? Let's see. From clap agent config for AI agent config. I think this is correct. Let's look at this. It's actually been pretty terrible up till now. All of its recommendations have been pretty rough. From clap agent config for AI agent config from... Yeah, this looks great. I mean, it's a pretty simple one. And this isn't optional on this. Yeah, so. Okay, cool. And then we should be able to leverage that because that's the AI agent config, but then like the whole test case, we should be able to just use this in the test case config, right, too. Can you do it? Can you do it? Clap test case. Come on, AI. Come on, you can do it. I'll give you a second to think. 1 second. 2 seconds. Okay, it's not doing it. For test case. Hey, Scott B, how are you doing? How's your weekend? It's running locally-ish, yeah. It's running on my network. It's not running on this computer, if that's what you're asking. Because I put print statements in there, you can actually see what it's sending and getting back, right? It's not formatted very well. I kind of need to make this a little bit better. I put some logging in there, and I kind of screwed it up. I need to work on my code. Remember, I'm on a custom branch of Zed. A very custom branch. I saw that. Sorry, I was on the news. You spilled some coffee on your laptop? That is so rough. I do have a local model. Zed is running locally, and the model is running locally as well. Well, locally-ish. It's on my network. It's not on this computer. It's on a different computer, right? We can SSH to it. So it depends on what you mean by local. It's here. It's running here. Like, that's why I said on my network, because it's on a different one of my computers. So I would consider this local. Ooh, it came back. It came back. Oh, that looks right. Whoa, 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 whoa. From clap test case, for test case, kind of. Okay, well, then yes, I'm running a local model. It is superbly local, not just a little bit local. It's superbly local. Don't ask me what the difference is. So far it's meh. So far it's meh. Part of it is I don't like how the inline works right now. Like, the inline is in Zed needs some help, in my opinion. But I don't know if it's me or how I implemented it. Like, we could switch it over to a different edit prediction. We could switch it over to Copilot and see if Copilot does a little bit better, because it inserts it funkily. Funkily is a word. You should get accustomed to it. It's a combination of funky and funnily, which is also another word, which is just funny with an ly at the end of it. It is not a combination of a curse word, which I think my boss thought it was. All right. Okay, why does it not like this? Game name equals... Wait. Oh, okay, so... Need to make a new game here. As long as it's not Wordle, I'm fine with it. You're about to get some Wordle because I'm about to make some tea. I'm going to go out there and figure out why the rescue cats are all meowing. They were fed and watered this morning. But they're like literally meowing to the level I can hear them. Not like a panic meow. It's like a I want an attention meow. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee. I'm going to find out why they want attention. They don't usually want attention from me. They want attention from the kids, which probably means I can't help them anyways. Okay, and then let's see, agents. We should be able to do like into here, right? Yeah, they do into. Why is this not... Why is this... No field agents on type test... Oh, wait. Why? What? Oh, no, it's agent 1, agent 2, right? Right? Yeah. So we have to do like... Oh, this is annoying me. Okay, this is annoying me. When I hit insert new line, so O, it should make one line down. But if there's a recommendation, it like pre-sends that and puts me back on it. So like this time I went down a line. Okay, let agents... The recommendations are really bad. And I don't love how it's putting the recommendation in here. Like my cursor and stuff goes away. See, it's not even like blinking. I hit space, but you can't see. See, I don't know if this is me or let's actually switch over to Copilot. Because I'm wondering if this is me or... Here we go. Oh, no. You had it. You had it, you dumb AI. Why did you change? Oh, you poor thing. What were we going to? We were going to a test case and we're going to an AI agent config, right? That's what we're going to. AI agent config, yeah. And this would be config dot Oh, we're in an ad break. I'm gonna run. You know what I'm gonna actually do? I'm just gonna jump really quickly over to our favorite Wordle. I knew this ad break was coming. Oh no. Help. What was it? What is it? Okay, it's game. Cargo run. Game Wordle. There we go. All right. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. Thanks everybody for joining. Have fun with Wordle. I know you love it. I know you do. Go play some Wordle. I'm going to actually kick it off here. There you go. Now your timer's running. I'll be right back. Give me about 10 minutes. Oh, hey, pup. Hey. Hey. You know, you can't go under that way. That's my... What? Get out of here. Get out. All right, let's see. Wait, we need to finish this one. We can't leave it. We can't leave it hanging here. Hello? Oh, actually, I think that's a good one. I'm going to vote with you. I'm voting with you. Telling you, we need to go back to the challenging word set. You guys have had it too easy. Too easy with this word set. Yeah, just too easy. Let's see. What is this? This is wrong, right? What we really need is just like a... Oh, that was a spoon. I left the spoon in there. And the spoon's hot now. Oh. Let's get the music going again. I made tea instead of coffee. I know. Let's see. We're going to go clap agents to real agents. Yeah, that's going to be the name. Okay, we're going to change this. I just want to see really quickly. I want to see. Oh, I got to do it through the... How it displays inline kind of sucks. And I don't know if that's a Z thing or the implementation of the provider. So I kind of want to do this and then go... Copilot. I wish there was a better way to change it in this. This menu needs to be changed so that it's easy to do, but... Okay, cool. And then this is going to be... That looks... Oh, no. Oh, no. I screwed that up. This looks right? We want a vector of AI agent configs. And we're going to make 1, 2... Yeah. We're going to make 2 out of it. Beautiful. Excellent. Where were we before that, though? Oh, I found out why the cats were calling. One had found itself stuck in the food room. Wasn't super panicked because I think it was enjoying it a little bit. But definitely wasn't enjoying it that much. They're not supposed to be in there. Okay, so Then we can do this. Let's see. I think that's right. Yeah, okay. So now we can do agents here as, let's see, as this. Okay, and then let's see. We need to convert this, right? Because this config.game doesn't exist, right? We have like the game name and it can go to a game. Yeah, the game name. And what we're trying to make here is not the name, it's actually the game. So we need like a 2. Yeah, a 2. Or we could do a from string that does like default configs. Let's try that. Let's see. From stir. From stir or game. And yeah, this will do the defaults. Cool. No litter box. You're correct. The cat had been in there for an hour because I had fed him an hour before. My bad. I did not know it had gotten in there. But you are correct. No litter boxes in the food room because they're not supposed to be in the food room. The food room is all sealed. Like all the containers are in like plastic containers. But if you leave it open, the cats will fight about who's guarding the food. And then on top of fighting about who's going to guard the food, they sit and like try to paw and like just generally, it's better to keep it in a separate room. It's better to keep it in a separate room. All right, we'll panic if we don't know what it is. And then that means up here, when we do game, we can do... config dot game name. Done. This is probably a string. Can we just... Does clap work with a stir? No. Okay, that's fine. Not needed. Not needed. Don't need extra complexity in my life. Just do this, right? Or not. I keep doing like my old Vim go-to error, which is not appropriate. Trait bound from... I need my star operator. What was I thinking? Oh no, I don't. I need I thought it was as stir, right? Oh, it is. Okay. Maybe I typed to stir. Maybe I typed to stir. Mismatch types. What do you mean mismatch types? Tell me more. Oh, wait. What is this new function? This new function does this exact same thing as... I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. We don't need this anymore, right? Or this. It just panics, right? Probably too many. There we go. Okay, we got that. This is the second one, right? Yeah. Missing structure fields. What? Oh boy, what? Missing structure fields. I think we can just delete this, right? Because this one is different, right? It is not... Yeah. This is not a clap one. Not defined as one. Okay. I think that's the same for this one, too. I think I was just messing around. I think the answer is just delete them. Yeah, okay. Not that. Ooh, wait. I'm gonna... CD. No. What is it? Was just dash? My basic Linux abilities have improved. My basic Linux abilities have improved. Leveled up. I'm at level 1 now. I was at level 0. It's 0 indexed, of course. Cool. All right. So now that we have this, from clap test case to test case, we can basically on run get the args, and then we can do like if let some test file. Yeah. Oh shoot. I did the control J again. Let some test file do this. I don't love this, but this is okay. I don't love how their AI interjects. I also want to figure out how to limit the number of lines. I don't want this many lines to be... I actually would like to limit it to 1 line, I think. I think the multi-line is too rough. But yeah, basically, if it's a test file, we'll do something. If it's a test case, we'll do something. That's got the general gist of it. Use of move value. Oh boy. Borrowing. Wait. Let case. Oh, because this is. Oh, you don't want to do this. We're looping. I have to think about how we want to deal with this, though, right? Because what we're going to do is pass this to a different thread, right? We're not going to worry about the repetitions right yet, right? We're only going to do those with the file. In single run mode, we're going to run 1 game and watch it. Maybe we don't ever add that back. Like if you want to run multiple test cases, you run it. You run it in file mode. And this way, we're also, for this first test, not going to have to worry about spinning up threads or anything. We'll handle it all on the main thread, as it's just playing one game. Okay, let's change this back to Olama. What I need to prediction provider. I need to understand. I want to put some restrictions on it, like the number of. This is disabled globs. Maybe let's do this. Z open settings. I don't know what hints are. We're gonna find that. Edit debounce milliseconds. Whether or not to debounce inlay hints updates after buffer edits. I don't know what debouncing means in this context. It's not making sense to me. Oh, okay. I see. Can I have to use these buttons? Oh gosh. And I can't click and hold? Okay, I'll edit this in the JSON file. That's horrifying. How to render LSP color previews in the editor. There's no like max line. I was hoping there was. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. Which one should we do? We were trying Quinn 3 Coder. Let's try Scout. I'm not impressed with any of these so far. Scout is what? I think it was 70 billion. This might be the largest one. We'll see if it actually works and doesn't crash. All right. This is gonna have a borrow issue because of this for loop, right? I don't care about this right yet. Oh, actually, I want to try using the editor. I'm just going to highlight these and then do this, right? No. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to use the editor to do it. Because then I can also just do this. Nope, this. Yeah, okay. Cool. So let's do this. Let's just run. Let's actually play the game. And it's going to just return that there's no winner, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, we gotta craft this. We've got to craft this. It's gonna expect a bunch of information, right? So this is gonna look like agent seed equals 42 because that's always the answer. Agent 1 model. We're gonna keep this simple. We're just gonna keep it all open AI. Sorry, the dog is barking because somebody came to deliver a package and he wants to go see them. And I either have to go out with him or just let him bark because they won't deliver it if he's just out there himself. They're like hard nope. He's a friendly dog, but I respect that they don't. If it's the mail lady, she knows him and she would deliver it. But if it's the UPS person, he's not gonna do it. I know. Yeah. He came to get me. He's like, but Dad, I heard the alarm. They're out there. Let's see. This will be what is chat? Open AI. Which model is the really cheap one? Which one? It's not the 04. There's a really cheap one, isn't there? Let me log in really quickly. Oh, two-factor authentication. There's the alarm for them leaving. Oh, he's not barking. They're also all very excited because they keep expecting their mom to return, which isn't until tomorrow. All right. All right. Let's see. What is the model? Is it Nano? Nano. GPT-5 Nano. I need to then update this to work in Olama too, right? Would you guys prefer Olama support or LM Studio support? What are you guys liking as far as those two? Or do you just like do it all manually and don't use something like that? The game name is Tic Tac. It's Tic Tac Toe. I didn't do it right. Agent 1 kind, Agent 2 kind. What is this garbage that I made? What is this garbage that I made? Agent 1 kind. Oh, it's the agent kind. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to. We're gonna have to try this. Equals open AI. Is that how we do it, or is it open AI? I'm gonna try to make it just like the encode. Yeah. Agent 2 kind. I didn't cover that in the news because I haven't reviewed everything here yet, but Cursor did actually release their version 2 of Cursor. So I need to actually like look at what happened in like what the big deal was in Cursor 2. I just didn't have the time this week. Yeah. Oh, they have their own coding model, Composer. Wasn't Composer like that's confusing because Composer was a thing that they had, right? Where you could go into Composer mode. But I think with Agent mode, Composer mode kind of dropped away. Similarly intelligent models is an interesting statement. So nobody in the chat runs their own models? That's actually been one of my biggest qualms with Cursor. Is I think that they should have released their agent. Now they did release the command line, right? They did release their command line. Cursor terminal. I think they should have done this from the start, because now they have no, maybe they have a cursor CLI. They should have started with this from the start, because like this allows you to work in any editor, but the thing is no other editor has, like, because this was released only recently, no other editor actually supports cursor agent, right? But you could have. Instead, you kind of made it where like you have to switch editors to use it, which I think was a travesty. Unexpected agent one kind. Why was agent one kind? Agent one kind. It's right there. See you later. They didn't have to develop an extension for each editor. Like, you just start with your agent is the thing that you're selling. Like, they started at it inverse. They said our editor is the thing that we're selling, right? Our editor is the thing. If they had come at it from our agent is the thing, then you would have made it a little bit different. You would have made it easier to consume for people that didn't want your editor. But for them, it's all about selling their editor, which I wouldn't have done, but you know, that's on to them. That's up to them. They might be more brilliant than me. Probably are more brilliant than me. Unexpected agent one kind. Why is agent one kind unexpected? If I do this, it will say it's missing agent one kind. Ooh, interesting. My bad. Done. Fixed it. Okay. Value OpenAI for agent one. Okay, this is where, oh, possible values. They're written out this way. Okay, that's what I said. I didn't quite know how it was going to. Yeah, I know it was wrong. I know. You weren't allowing me to change it. I don't know why it does that. Very annoying. The following description. Oh, did I need a description? I feel like description's kind of weird. I feel like I'd rather just remove that. Not from the real test case, but definitely from the clap, right? What we're going to do is just do like, Something like that. And then we'll jump over to the clap test case. We'll just remove this. No test case or file provided. Please try again. No test case or file provided. Okay, so if let so this is returning empty. Returning empty. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I missed it. My AI missed it because I think it needs a new token. That's my bad. For the next stream, I'll fix the token. I will fix the token so you get your AI generated message. My follow alerts are that of my own. I actually need to update my follow alerts to use my local AI. That sounds dangerous, but maybe fun. I'm guessing I missed something. Arc doesn't implement display. Oh, man. Actually, we'll just do this. Okay. This is fine. I'm missing something. I have to be missing something. Right? Why is it coming back as none? Like, this isn't even the conversion. This is just from clap, right? 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 Obviously, no. Like, it's not trying to convert the name tic-tac-toe in here, right? Like, that doesn't happen until later. When we do the clap agents to real agents. Liquid, I have a thing for you. I didn't make it. There is a thing that you might want to look at. You could either leverage this or at least use it as a reference point, because I actually think one of the things that they did half the work, but I actually think one of the big things that this tool missed was the like physical logs from the machines. So like you need to add that to it. But it's actually pretty cool because it does do like all the container logs and stuff. So I forget its name. Kubernetes AI debugger. What is the stupid name of it? This wasn't it, was it? No, this is not what I was talking about. Kate's GPT was what I was thinking, I think. So it's actually really simple. If this is the one that I'm thinking about, it was an open source project, right? Let's see, community. Where's your, let's see, turn off dark mode. Where's your GitHub? Give me your GitHub. I should not have to dumpster dive for GitHub. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, this is the tool I was thinking about. So, this would be a really good starting point, and or if you were planning on writing it in Go, you might be able to, let's see, I want to make sure that this is, yeah, it's Apache 2. Okay, so you might be able to just leverage this to bootstrap what you want to do. So one of the problems that I had with it was that it's only analyze the things running in Kubernetes. So when I go to debug Kubernetes, I also want the kubelet logs that are usually physically on the machine. I want etcd logs that are usually physically on the machines. I want those things as well. And this didn't have that. But I think it would be really easy to extend this with like some sort of SSH agent that went and got those logs as well. I think that would not be difficult. So anyways, If you do something with that, please let me know. I would love to. I do use this in the AI games. So people really liked the clustered. So we will be having 2 broken Kubernetes clusters again. And we'll be leveraging these tools to see if they help us fix them. Here, I can give you the linky dinky. Oh wait, I'm gonna try my local AI that I'm running and see if it can't tell me why. Let's try Llama 4 Scout. Let's start a new one. Boom. New thread. All right. Tell me why when I run this application with let's do this. Not that, this. The flap test case on actually it's called the some test case on line 122 is none. Can I make this larger for you all? That was a lot larger. Okay. What is this error? What is this error? What is this error? Do load requests. All right, one thing I have noticed, let's close this and then let's open Zed again. Sometimes I find with Zed, switching between agents is less smooth than you might think. So Llama 4 Scout is not working? Interesting. Let's go check that out. Oh, stop that. Stop interrupting me. Stop it. Let's see. How do we want to check this? PS. Let's stop Quinn. It might not have enough to load both models, right? Because it's taking 44 gigs of memory. So we might need to dismount this. So let's do Llama stop. Can I just do stop and it will? No, I have to tell it which one to do. Which one was that? It was Quinn something or other. Quinn 3. Coder. Okay, now let's see if this works. All right, let's try running it here. Llama run. Actually, llama list. Llama run. Llama 4. Are you there? You can stop crashing when my editor tries to use you. Bye. Okay, now that I loaded it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close out of here. We're going to restart our Drama Llama. And we're going to try this again. Actually, I'm just going to copy this and put this in a new thread. Right? We're just going to do new thread. Oh my gosh. Can I not copy this? Is that... Apparently not. Okay. I don't want to type this all again, so we'll just do this. Boom. Do a load request. It shouldn't have to load because it's already running, right? Oh, it's not running. I think it's just start, right? Let's see. Wait. I don't want to run. I think it's taking too long to start. And most models, it was fine to just let it start up. But maybe this one's too big. I think serve doesn't take yeah, it doesn't take a argument. Like I can't. Through this, the only way to do it is run. Does run have a like background? Okay, let's do this. Let's do run. And do keep alive 1 hour. Llama 4. See, I think this part is taking too long, and that's why Zed is failing with what it did. Do load request. Okay. Now let's try this. So let's not do Llama Scout. It kind of stinks that Llama doesn't have a way for me to start it in the background, right? I can stop a running model, but I cannot. Huh. That's interesting. Obviously, you can do it through the command line, but... Are we ready to see this fail? I'm pretty sure this will fail, but we'll try it. Last time we destroyed the memory. It takes it just a little bit. I made some changes since then, so I don't know if this will have the same issue again. Not entirely sure. Oh, you know what? Wednesday. I think Wednesday I'm going to stream some. I have to be really careful on my hands. Wednesday. I might not be able to stream. Possibly Wednesday evening. After my resting period is up. I can, if I can, I'm going to do the training. Because for the most part, we're just going to start it training, and then I'm going to play a video game for the half an hour that it trains, right? And then we'll come back to it. I probably won't be able to type a whole lot, so like, I'm just going to set it up and be prepared to do the training. We're just going to do the old training that we did originally. I bet... yeah, this is just we destroyed its memory. What is not wrong with my hands? I injured the muscles in my forearms, which, if you don't know, how you move your fingers is through the muscles in your forearms. Yeah, this is the same. What was the calculated amount of memory needed? We figured it out. We can calculate the memory. It's weird. Granite is supposed to be good on memory, but when I do it in this specific use case, it basically just destroys the memory. And I don't know if it's how Olama runs Granite. I don't know if it's Granite on the GTX. Like, there's a lot of variables here, but it's like, yeah. Okay, let's see. What I wanted to try the micro though. Here we go. So anyways, I'm not sure how. Oh, that failed really quickly. Oh, wait. I'm wondering if there is just a bug right now with the Granite, with how the NVIDIA is running Granite. Yeah, it's trying to use more memory than I have. I have 115 gigs free. And it's obviously not using swap. So let's do this one. This is like the smallest one. I just want to see if I can't get it to work. So anyways, I'm getting a couple things done to my elbows. Basically it's the tendons that attach to the elbow that are damaged. And then because those are upset, it's upsetting my nerve. So they're also going to do some stuff for the nerve to help it chill. And yeah, because like stuff like this right now is a little painful. It doesn't hurt so much to type. Once I use the mouse for like an hour, it's like my range of motion is from here to here. Extending it further hurts. Pulling it in further hurts. That's the extent of motion. Oh gosh. Wait. Either I did something extremely dumb. Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to say either I did something extremely dumb or it doesn't know Rust at all. Okay, so that one's dented. Let's try ChatGPT 5. All right, and then we need to... It resets my sizing each time I restart the editor on that. That should be fixed.
Okay, let's see. Transfer clap didn't populate, so it stayed none. Well, I got that part. Thank you. The flattened option clap test case didn't match any provided CLI arguments. That's not true, or the flags you passed didn't match the claps expect. But that's not true either, because if we remove one, it complains, right? Like, we remove this one, and it tells us we need it, it's a required one. But we do that, and it's none. What stupid mistake did I miss? I pressed buttons. I wanted to close this. It's Control Alt B. Okay. Let's see. This is kind of cool. How do I jump back? Okay, there we go. Jump back. What was I gonna look for? Oh, I did args parse, which is what we're supposed to do because this was named args, right? Yeah. So we're args parse. Like I'm doing the right thing here. Why then? Did I give repetitions? I did give repetitions equal to 1. Game name, tic-tac-toe. We have seed, model, temp, kind. Seed, model, temp, kind. So there's 4 of each. Which we have seed, model, temp, seed, model, temp, kind, and kind. Kind 1, kind 2. So this is 1 seed, 1 model, 1 temp, 2 seed, 2 model, 2 temp. And if we remove one of those, it will complain, right? Let's just remove 2 temp, for example. Yeah. What am I missing? What am I missing? I feel like the last 2 streams have been like this. I am purely doing dumb stuff that doesn't seem to work nearly like I think it should. This is just the conversion that doesn't matter. Also doesn't matter. We're not even getting to that because this doesn't run. And this is literally just a clap test case. Oh, wait. Oh no, yeah, args.test case, right. Which should be an option of clap test case. Interesting note. I just want to do this really quickly. Shouldn't have any effect, right? Yeah, okay, good. Good. Well, I'm just gonna have to step away from this one. I don't know. I obviously screwed something up. Wait, did I derive parser? I would have to derive parser, right? Or else I wouldn't have parse, right? Like this has to be driven. Yeah, parser. Okay. Driven. It has to be driven. Obviously I done messed up. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I want to try something. Let's do this. Some file. Gosh dang it. It got some file. That's like to load a file. All right, it must be something with clap flatten. Rust clap flat. Oops. This is kind of what I was dealing with, yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh no, my hands are fine. I hurt my forearm muscles. Possibly tore the ligaments that connect my elbows, and now they're swollen, and their swelling is aggravating the nerve, and that's swelling. So basically, I have right about there, it starts to hurt. I can't, like, bending, like, that hurts a lot, a decent amount there. And then, like, extending, I can extend to about there, and now it's starting to hurt to stretch it further out. Yeah. So I have this range of motion right here. I can wave pretty well. Anything beyond that hurts. Not terrible. 3 or 4 on the 1 to 10 scale, which is a weird scale because everybody's pain tolerance is different from their past history. But it's just yeah. Anyway, so I have Tuesday and Wednesday off of work. Wednesday, I was hoping that if I'm feeling better, so I'm getting some stuff shot in my arms. I'm getting the ulnar nerve. There's a bursa sac that's getting some treatment. I'm hoping Wednesday night, if my arms are not completely dead. My plan is we're going to do some training on this. I have the things already. It's just basically running them and watching them. So I was going to train them, and we're going to see how that goes. And I was just going to play a game with the controller. I hope that sitting like this with the controller, like just in my lap, should be fine, right? We'll see. I don't really know how my arms are going to feel on Wednesday night, so we'll find out. It's really the stretching out, like fully extending like this. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of sucks. But yeah. Oh. So I feel like I gotta do stuff with those groups. Don't skip physical therapy. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, we actually have a decent physical therapist nearby. My wife has been pretty happy with them. X is present, all the arguments in the group become required. Right, this is the thing. This is really... I've never gotten into this. I don't know why the configuration of this has caused me such consternation. It has not worked at every turn. For some reason, I have created... what I'm thinking of is actually just making these two things a subcommand and separating out their configuration. But I don't understand why it is how it is. Because like if I do F something, it will actually pull in the something. But the clap test case is not getting pulled in. You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. This is going to error in other places. Ah, shoot. Okay. I got to go read more on this topic. There is no hope for me. Hope has been lost. Hope has been lost. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid somebody. Who should we raid? We're gonna raid. Have we raided Moss Code before? Let's see. Oh, look, here's Web Dev Cody. Web Dev Cody. We're going to raid Web Dev Cody. Why? Because I saw it. And he's doing JavaScript. That's not his username? What? What is his username? Wait, did I mistype it? Web Dev Code. Oh, I did misspell it. Wow. Such big, hard to spell words. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna have to sit and like read some docs. So like that's not real fun to stream. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Maybe we'll see you on Wednesday. No promises. I'll have to see how my arms are, what the doctors say. If I can, I definitely want to, but we'll see about my capabilities. All right. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Bye.